using block time in our trading. Hi, this is Charlie giving you Wednesday's video. I was just having a chat with one of our old traders just this afternoon, a guy called Doug Jones. If you go onto our website, you'll see that I did an interview with him on our Core Finance interviews page, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. And I was having a chat with him earlier on, and we were having this conversation about blocking of time when it comes to trading. And what we mean by that, and I said, you know what, this gives me a really good idea, Doug, for today's video. Because a lot of people, they block off their time and they don't even realize they're doing it. And we're all susceptible to doing this. So, for example, if you're starting off with a day trader, you might block off your time in that you're looking to trade Monday to Friday. And so, okay, so you've got Monday to Friday. Obviously, my handwriting is still perfect there. Let's put an N in there. There we go. Monday to Friday. And what so often can happen is if you're a day trader, you're trading Monday to Friday. You get to Wednesday, and we were using this as an example earlier on. You're having a good week. And you get to Wednesday, and then you don't bother trading Thursday or Friday because you're like, well, I've hit my targets for the week or whatever, so I'll stop trading. And you don't trade. Or maybe it's just the Friday, or it's the Friday afternoon, and you're thinking, no, I won't bother taking any trades now because it's going into the weekend, and I want to finish the week on a positive note. And it's very easy to get into that mindset, and I have to hold my hands up that I've done that with our traders over the years. Said, it's Friday afternoon, we've had a good morning, let's not bother taking another trade now this afternoon. And I've certainly done that several times over the years. It's different when you're doing it with, I must admit, with other traders, because you want to leave them in a good place. But the reality is, should you actually block your time off? Should you actually treat your trading focused around the calendar? And the answer is no. And it's the same with swing traders as well. Swing traders could be exactly the same in that they could be looking at, rather than it being Monday to Friday, they could be saying, oh, it's nearly the end of the month, I'm in the fine, I've had 3 good weeks, I'm going to take this last week off. And of course you can make a case for that type of activity, whether you're a day or a swing trader, in stopping trading because you're nearly at the end of the week or you're nearly at the end of the month. You can make a case for that. However, oh, I've just seen I've got some new screen drawing tools on my. Oh, that's. Oh, look at this. I've got. That's new. I've never seen that before. And so I'm getting off on a tangent now, and I look at that. Whee! I don't know where they've appeared from. Anyway, so bring it back, Charlie. So should you actually block your time off that way? Because the reality is, when you're back testing, if you've got a strategy and you back test it, you don't back test it and then say, oh yeah, but that one there was on a Friday, so I'd have taken that day off and that day there and that week there. You don't. And it's the same with when you back test and you back test through news events. You just back test it, and you might be holding positions through key news events. You just back test the data. And so when it comes to the timing though, Monday to Friday or month on month, should you constrain yourself and restrict yourself to, oh, it's a Friday, so I won't trade now, or it's the end of the month, so I won't trade now? Those are things that we do as human beings, that we impose on ourselves. Now, don't get me wrong, I think there's a time and a place for it. There was a trader of ours a couple of years ago who had had a seesaw year. He'd been underwater for much of the year at the time, and then in the latter part of the year, he'd got to the end of November and he was up on his account, and he'd said, you know what, I had the first half of the year I was down, the second half of the year I'm up. He said, I just want to close my account down for December. And I totally get that. I totally understand how you can decide to stop trading in a situation like that and say, do you know what, I'm going to enjoy the moment. We're at the end of the year now. I've had the first half was not so good, the second half has been good. I've had a nice decent gain for the year. I'm going to take that month of December off. I totally get that. But should we try to, on a week-to-week basis, not restrain ourselves as much as we might do? I'm just giving you some food for thought here for this week, that have a look at your own trading. How many decisions, how many choices have you made whereby you said, no, I won't trade now because it's the end of the month, or it's the end of the week, or it's the middle of the afternoon and I don't want to know, whatever it might be. And yet, you might have back tested results and data where you say, well, actually, yeah, I should keep trading. If the trade setup's there, it's there. So, bit of food for thought for this week about using block time in trading. So maybe you should not constrain yourself to the calendar. And if you want to block off some time, I was talking to Doug about this, and he still blocks certain periods of time, so he still condenses it into blocks, but they're not constrained to days of the week, the fact that it's a Friday or anything like that. So I just think maybe you should just trade and not constrain yourself to the fact that it's a Friday and there's a weekend coming, or it's the end of the month and you want to hold on to your gains because it's the end of the month and you want to sort of log that as a XYZ month. Maybe we should just trade. There's your thought for today. I'll be back at the end of the week, no doubt. By all means, as always, give your feedback on this food for thought subject here today. By all means, add your contributions below. Always appreciated. I'll see you in a few days. Take care for now.